honor, welcome both to the Istanbul Fintech Week. Of course, welcome to me as well, and welcome to our viewers as well. I'm very happy to be sharing this session with you, and I hope that everyone who is listening to us will enjoy it. Let me begin with you, actually. Could you talk to us about what your company does and what you have experienced? If you can give us information about that, I can also refresh what I know. Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here. Hesapkurdu.com and Koalay.com are our two platforms. We've been operating for 11 years. We have received investment from different countries. For instance, we have had South African recently, Italian, Dutch investors we have had. So we have had the chance to listen to the experience of different countries. Turkey is also a very beautiful place of challenges and pleasures likewise, but at the end of 11 years, we really enjoy what we do, and we believe we are answering to the needs of our customers. We guide people to banking products. When users want to research about bank products, we give them comparison services and content, and we then divert users to the products that they're interested in, or we take their applications directly. And in insurance, we work as an insurance broker and we sell insurance products. As I said, we've been operating for 11 years as a platform. I don't know about the insurance aspect, as I noticed. What is it that you do exactly, and how does the system work? It's like an insurance broker, a very typical insurance broker, but we do everything digitally. The customer can see the products and offers of all insurance providers instantly and tailored for themselves. For instance, for traffic insurance, they can enter their own data and their car's data, and we connect to the database of all companies and generate offers. The user can compare offers or go into their details and tailor the details for their own needs and update it. Then they can complete the online purchase. Our top differentiating factor is comparison, real-time speed, also real-time results and finalization. They're able to purchase using credit card. You're sitting in your car, let's imagine, you notice that your insurance has run out, and right away you can find the most affordable insurance and start it right away. Is it usually the end users that use your system, or do brokers use your system as well? We see that it's both. This is a system prepared for the end user, but in Turkey, a lot of insurance brokers also use these platforms in order to generate offers, and they use it to see competition as well. But as the technology leg, not as an insurance broker, but as a technology leg, we also have a structure where we bring our technology to brokers. So there's a lot of demand for it as well. Yes, because insurance industry is now having profits with very small margins. They're not able to differentiate too much in their prices. For that reason, as you coach for the end user, this is a system that can help brokers a lot as well. Yes, correct, and the distribution is becoming more important in terms of the difference that it can create. And I'm curious about Fintech as well. I would like to know more about it. Yes, right away. Ours is a new company, a 2-year-old company, but I've been in the industry for 20 years. In terms of the user side, and I'm offering solutions to my colleagues, I can say, and we speak the same language. For that reason, we enjoy working together. Fintech works with 22 banks in Turkey, almost every bank that you can think of. It's integrated, and thanks to this integration, users, which we are B2B at the moment, those who use different currencies, or who are group companies or have a lot of bank traffic, we offer solutions for them, and this is the feedback that we receive from them. You can see from a single screen the total value of your assets and broken down to every bank, and you can see your transactions in a single pool, which also helps you in your daily operational flow. It saves you time and gives you efficiency. One of the assets and one of the values of our day for financial technologies is time. The time that you save and how much value that you generate in this time that you have saved. And for that reason, especially for SMEs, in order to increase their financial efficiency, these are open banking as relates to our side, our solutions which help them in this regard. Of course, we generate results, and thanks to those reports, I love Excel, but finance specialists who are condemned to Excel, I think, should open to new technologies, to new opportunities. So, in terms of reporting, you can have a more consolidated picture or a more comparative picture like you do in our own industry. This is how finance works. You have to compare months, you have to compare days and years to each other in finance so that you can make plans relating to the future, which means for that we offer solutions rather than a software company. We're a financial company, in my opinion. This is how I can summarize in short. Today I have questions for you. Thank you. Today I have questions for you, and we're on the technology side of processes, but the process in the past and present. In the financial system, in the past, only banks were the players, and now we see more diversification. First of all, do you agree with this? And secondly, this diversification, has it been better, or what kind of a benefit has it created? Suppliers are diversifying for sure, product providers are diversifying, it's an ongoing process. Distribution channels are diversifying as well. You're correct, and it's proving good for sure. It's the direction that we'd like to go in, not only ourselves but the whole world. For I believe this is the right way for the user. The diversification of products and distribution channels is positive for sure, but of course we're not where we should be yet. Diversification today happens in to access non-bank users, unbankable users, or those who cannot have access for various reasons or for lack of approval. Maybe the opportunities presented to them are diversifying, but if you are a user at a certain credibility or revenue, not a lot is diversifying. When you look at providers of services, I don't see a lot of diversification yet. You have to use similar things, but distribution channels are diversifying for sure. The same product can be procured in different ways, so options are increasing. In the future, I believe we will be seeing more innovation in this direction with legislation, with the changes, with the developments in legislation. Maybe we will see new products or even new channels thanks to the regulation, which is exciting. Thank you very much. Okay. You've been in the industry for 11 years, so you have made a lot of progress in this direction, and you need more, but we are very new on this journey, and when I look at it from my perspective, this is exciting, because when you're in the ecosystem, it goes a bit slow, yes, maybe on your side, but when you look at it per user, I believe users are still not too confident about financial technologies. Most, I can say for the finance industry, or for accounting side users. When it comes to open banking, still they're not informed too well. For instance, as we talk to our customers, we notice that they're hearing this for the first time. So banks in this system, in terms of structures that do open banking, it's good. There's competition on the one hand, but on the other hand, in terms of the access of users and the improvement of the system, this will contribute greatly, and I believe that those distribution channels should continue. Yes, we have the following challenge. For many years, we have worked for certain things to come. We have demanded that, and then one day, all of a sudden, it happens, and it's a very exciting moment, but it's not easy. We have been saying this for 5 years almost. So yes, you're right. This is an exciting time period. Okay, my next question. Products are diversifying as distribution channels diversify. Is that correct? Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Products didn't diversify as much as they should, and currently the process is going a bit slow. The reason why I find it slow is because today consumers do use different distribution channels. To give an example, for instance, on our platform, we have a high number of customers in interaction. Close to 6 million sessions for 4.5 million users every month. This is significant data. What these people demand or how they came to this point or what kind of behaviors that they use in researching products, which products they need and what their needs are. There's a lot of data gathering, and we can use this data more efficiently. We can ask real-time questions and get real-time feedback and many opportunities. Are you able to offer this? Are you able to receive more products? That has not begun yet. Both insurance companies and banks have a lot that they can do, many opportunities. Maybe you shouldn't expect it from them. Maybe we see change in legislation and regulation. We see new ones. Maybe new structures will be coming in to use this data more efficiently. But today we have the insurance companies and the banks at hand, and we're waiting. The customer is here. The data is gathering. Come and segment it. Come and make best use of it and create new products. And do it in such a way that it can be offered directly from digital channels, and first keep the web services and APIs in mind. For 11 years now, we have always ask them to create the API for something that existed, but we have to think otherwise. First, you should consider the digital distribution and web services. How can I develop something starting with this point? So we're a bit far from this yet. We're not there yet, but that is why I call this exciting times, because we're going through things that can make us think about this. I agree with you so much. I wholeheartedly, I agree with you so much. Not web services, but all banks should start using APIs, in my opinion, for faster solutions, I believe. And when we talk about banks and the banking aspect, and when we start creating requests, when we communicate our requests, I was disappointed for many times, because this is a criticism to the industry. The banking systems, when you look at it from the outside, from the end user perspective, they're very technological systems, and that's how they seem. But in the back end, in the fintech side or technology side, in terms of development, unfortunately, it is not as technological. And as you take actions, unfortunately, actions are not taken very rapidly. Very simple things. Sometimes, for instance, a minor change, when you ask them to make a minor change, that takes a long time. Or maybe that's not their main area of focus so far, but I believe in the future this will be the main area of topic. In the past, it was just giving money or making money. Now banks will maybe close some branches and they will employ IT graduates rather than banking graduates. For that reason, I believe faster action can be taken in that side. I hope so. I hope so. Okay, that's okay then. My third question then, users, end users. Distribution channels are diversifying and products are not sufficient for you or for us, but still they have diversified to an extent and they will further diversify. To what extent can the end user benefit from this or will be able to benefit from this in the future? What do you think about this? Let me give an example from ourselves. We're a comparison platform. And what do comparison platforms do? For insurance or banking, they try to find the best and offer it to the end user. The main benefit is that the end user is not limited to one bank and its products, and they can find the best fit for themselves. The users use this. Maybe this is one benefit of the diversification of the distribution channels, to compare digitally and to be able to choose from more options. A second one is we are a content platform, which means they do not only maybe need a mortgage loan, but they can also find information about what could go wrong as they're borrowing a loan, or they will want to get information about different aspects of the process, and they can turn it into a product. They take the information and what can this mean for me and how can I obtain things at what price. So they can reach products as a result of this search. So being able to offer these products digitally in a comparison format allows us to bring more quality content and products to the customer. This gives us the excuse. This is why we're able to offer that value, since we're able to do this. They can research and we offer videos. This was all possible thanks to the diversification of distribution channels and for digital companies like ours. Is it sufficient? As we said before, we still have a lot to do, and you're taking a nice step, and we're trying to take good steps ourselves. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to get to the user when they need, at places where they can communicate better and with better options. For instance, you help them manage their bank accounts, and they can bring different offers. Maybe there will be more opportunities for solution, and this is for certain. And such interactions will give us the opportunity to understand the user better, and the user, rather than choosing from the options that they have, maybe we, as we know them, will be able to go to them with more accurate offers, more to the point offers. Such changes are coming as well. So I believe there are many opportunities. What I understand from your last point is that, as a person who's gone through the process, in the past, banks or financial services, you had to choose from what they offered. But in the current system, users are more central. Based on users' preferences, financial systems are carrying out their innovation. So I think it's now the users who are more central. Maybe regulators are listening to the users as well. Maybe this didn't exist that much in the past until 5 or 10 years ago. I believe it was the opposite. Yes, that could be correct. What do you think about this? I'm curious about your answer about how users are benefiting from this or how they will in the future. First of all, the main goal here is to, if we're talking about finance or money, or especially managing costs, we say it's not about how much money you make, but rather how you spend it in financial systems, which means in order to manage costs, you have to read the data that you have correctly. And from that, you have to derive correct outcomes and make the right decisions. So the most important point here is for all the diversification of products as it relates to the end user, maybe the top benefit is that the data can be accessed more quickly and more data can be accessed and they can interpret this, and from that interpretation they can run better decision-making processes. I believe this is the most important one for the user. As long as you can make the right decisions, you are able to offer value, create value. And now, with limited resources, more has to be done in the new world that we're in. Not only for Turkey, but for the whole world, I can say the same. Which means, how can we use resources in the most efficient way possible? That is about using technologies and managing time and managing money. I believe financial technologies are a must for companies, for businesses. Both for the consumer and for businesses. Exactly. Users. So let's say users. It could be the business or the individual. This is the outcome on the user side. So this brings us to the last question. For a long time now, you've been involved in the industry. You have seen some very beginner times and you have witnessed the development as well. What do you think about the future? What else will happen in the industry? What gives you excitement? Many things, I believe, are only beginning. The things that we have listed. There are very interesting legislation changes that took place last year, actually at the end of the year. There have been a lot of changes. It's really interesting, it's exciting. We're talking digital banks or interface banking, which present various opportunities in terms of distribution channels or taking the products of banks and packaging them in a different way to offer to the customer. Or I believe we will see new and nice examples. My expectations are to be a bit faster in the insurance side, to see a more diversification. It didn't proceed at the same speed, unfortunately. And mostly it is run through insurance brokers. Consumer, on the other hand, has started shifting to the digital. They're researching digitally. I think they have to meet, and maybe the researcher should not the consumer that are already researching, but those who are not aware of it at all, thinking about how to bring insurance to them. This is one of the areas that we're trying to find a solution. There are many people who are in need of loans. There are so many people who need cash currently, but when we look at internet research, users, very few users search online which loan is better for them. So the industry is making more gains from these, so there seems to be an organic growth. But the real potential is on the other side, users or borrowers who are not searching it, talking about loans, deposits, banking. There's a big group, not only in the market, but in front of us as well. How to take those people into insurance, how to appear in front of them and to offer them the right products at the right time. I believe we can solve this. We're working on it, and I believe the industry can solve this as well. The industry's response so far has been to offer different types of insurance, bundled insurance to borrowing customers, but it's not a best customer experience, and thankfully they are solving that problem as well. The users don't use it. Why are you insuring me just because I'm borrowing loans? Because that's extra cost for me, the users say. Yes, they want to be free actually, even if you are going to do it. At least allow me to find a cheaper option. So this was not really practiced in practice, and all of these issues are now being solved. Better options are needed, not only giving them a life insurance or accident insurance. There could be other needs. They have a home, a car. So what kind of insurance can be offered to the user, and how can it be presented? I think we should think of this. I believe there is value to be discovered here, and I think this is an opportunity. I think if we're talking about insurance awareness is increasing in people, not only for their cars or their homes. It is now shifting to a different level. It is turning into a personal need. There should just be more awareness. For instance, life insurance, complementary health insurance. And during the pandemic, as we're experiencing so many challenges in health insurance, when it's communicated the right way to the user, I believe it is something that is really viable, and it's great value for its cost, especially if you live in Istanbul. Users are reacting very positively as well if you offer them the right product at the right price. Complementary health insurance is an enjoyable product to offer to the customer. It's really affordable, and it is giving you extra value on top of the national insurance, so they get what they're buying and at an affordable price. This was an important need during the pandemic. Having the option to cancel it, for instance, creating solutions that have this cancellation option as well. Their value has been grasped very quickly. You're spending a lot of time at home, so you're noticing many more things about your home. So slowly, I believe this awareness is increasing. Definitely, and the pandemic has been an accelerator for us as tailwinds. So I thank you. This has been a very enjoyable chat, and for this session and for your participation, I thank you a lot. I thank the organizers of the Istanbul Fintech Week for bringing us together, and I thank you for your nice chat. I thank you as well. I have enjoyed meeting you and chatting with you, and I hope that we can repeat this in the future. See you later. Thank you.
Görüşmek üzere. Sağ olun.